keep it going. Let's do this. I don't know why I'd have to hit choose draft class. I mean, keep the auto-generated rookies. That's fine. I don't think anyone has a draft class out yet. I'd be shocked. I mean, literally, it's night 1. So the big question is whether or not we have any information on these guys so far. Okay, we do. Good. Good. So we're obviously going to have to come up with our draft board here pretty soon to decide what we need to do in this upcoming offseason. But the goal short term is to tear down this team and then take it from there. So really quickly, before we actually get into the offseason, I want to take a look at everything that happened around the league. Again, we know that the Buffalo Bills finished first. And I actually think we did take a look at everything, did we not? Yeah, because the Cardinals were last. So, again, playoff-wise, we'll be able to take a look at the bracket in a minute. I wanted player stats. Shout out to Christian Kirk going on the IR. All right. Give me the player stats for the season. Let's see what we got. Even though we didn't do anything this season, still time. So Kyler this year went as the team went, which was not good. 18 and 12, over 3,100 yards. I mean, I'd probably say Kyler Murray now at 26 years old is not our star quarterback. We should probably look to shop him if we can. If we can't get a fair return for him this year, then we can move on. Or we can, move on with him as our quarterback. But for the most part, I think we're okay. Oh, yeah, they have to play new unis. You know what's funny? Every time a team changes to these basic-ass uniforms, I always seem to use them. Atlanta, Washington, and now here. What is Kyler Murray's contract? What is his contract? Okay. Oof. B major. Good to see you.
For those
about trading this guy. 22 months for B major. What a man. What a man. Okay. Running back wise, apparently they signed Kareem Hunt. I can't imagine I'll keep him. James Conner had 7 touchdowns this year, 5 for Murray on the ground himself, so our running game was not great. Not great. I had to use the Call of Duty clause, no kidding. Looks like Rondale led our team, led the way in terms of receptions. Yardage, though, was good old Hollywood Brown. 6 touchdowns as well. Yeah, I mean, again, it wasn't a great season in that regard. Blocking-wise, good for Will Hernandez to not give up any sacks this year and over 1,000 downs played. No one in double digits for sacks allowed. That's not too bad. Defensively, most tackles, Zaven Collins dominated. Where the hell would our defense have been without him? Whew. Whew. Sack leader with 4 was Carlos Dunlap. And again, I'm going to take a look around the league here in a minute. We had 4 interceptions all season. 4. God. And Matt Prater missed 7 field goals. This team, no wonder why this team only finished with 3 wins. We got a long way to go, everybody. We got a long way to go with this team. All right. So around the league, oh my God. So you had Mahomes, Burrow, Prescott, Cousins, and Rodgers all with at least 4,000 yards. Mahomes leading the way. Mahomes as well, 36 and 4. 43 and 3 for Josh Allen. Yeah, the touchdown leader with 43 was Allen. He and Dak were the only ones to break 40. The pick leader, the rookie, C.J. Stroud in Houston, went 20 and 21. A lot of the younger guys towards the top of the list, and Russell Wilson. So, rushing-wise, it was Derrick Henry who led the way. He and McCaffrey had huge seasons. Again, we were that close to taking over the Titans had they finished last and trading Derrick Henry. The touchdown leader was 16, Tony Pollard in Dallas. Receiving-wise, the reception king, Travis Kelce, with 115, 1 above Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. The only other guy to get into triple digits. Yardage leader, Cooper Kupp. I mean, no real surprise. He's just a fiend in franchise mode. Touchdown leader with 19, Travis Kelce. And don't worry, he'll never shut up about that either. Most sacks allowed. Shout out to Joe Tooney being the best offensive lineman. Most sacks allowed. Dan Moore Jr. Ouch. 16 allowed. Tackle leader, Miles Jack. Franchise god, Miles Jack. Sack leader with 21 and a half, Aaron Donald, compared to 15 and a half for Jeff Simmons, who, again, is another one of those guys you look at for the Titans, and it's like, well, you could rebuild them, but then they have a guy like that, and get the point. Pick leader was 7. I wasn't expecting it to be a linebacker. Really? Wow. Good for him. Kicking-wise, most field goals. I mean, Fairbairn's up there. Matt Gay was perfect, though, 100% on the season. And then shout out to Tress Way, who had to punt a lot. So that's fun. So, yeah, season 1. We'll see who ends up winning the Superb Owl as Glendale takes over the Cardinals. Of course it made our guy's last name Dale. We had no choice. We had no choice. Again, we probably won't relocate the Cardinals. Again, I'm going to do an expansion/relocation. I guess it can't technically be expansion. We're going to do a relocation in our second franchise after this one. So be patient. We might very well go back to Utah for those who have been watching the Madden content around here for quite a long time. So, this roster, we do not have as much time to scout as we normally would. Obviously, quarterback is kind of in the in-between category. Like, if we could replace Kyler Murray, that would be great. But he needs to be traded. Galeno, I saw you on Discord, by the way. Good to see you. Thank you for the 53 months. How the heck are you? It's good to see you back. Running back-wise is a huge need for us. You know, again, it signed Kareem Hunt. Was he on a one-year deal? Please, God, be on a one-year deal. I don't really want you on my team. Please, God, be on a one-year deal. All right. Well, we're stuck with Kareem Hunt for a little bit, but we do really need kind of a franchise running back at some point. Fullback-wise, Cullen Gillespie, who, you know, I mean, it's fullback, but we could always look. In terms of wideouts, I mean, again, Marquise Brown, Rondale Moore, Michael Wilson's there. I don't know how good of a season he had. Wide receiver's a decent need. Tight end-wise, Trey McBride is there. Outside of that, it's not that great. I mean, I definitely think we'll be aiming for best player available. The O-line also needs some work. Oh, this team. Whew. We have, yeah, we have a way. Oh, my God. Obviously, the morale system. Oh, we also signed Ndamukong Suh. For how long? Please tell me it's just the year. He might retire anyway. Okay, it is only 1 year. I was gonna say if they gave Sue multiple years, that would have been pretty rough. Ripley went to get milk and left me in the stream anniversary. I'm sorry, Ripley. Hello, thank you for the 9 months. I had to go to Vancouver. I had to be a sellout. I had to. Welcome back though. We need help almost everywhere. We do have some good young linebackers, which is nice. But outside of that, man, we need help everywhere. I mean, Jalen Thompson's pretty decent. And then Budda Baker is probably our biggest trade piece. Now, there was another aspect to this that people were aware of, and that is the fact that we have Houston's first-round pick, meaning we have the top 2 picks in the draft. So if there was ever a team that we wanted to inherit, it was the Cardinals. However, there is no goddamn way I am selecting the top 2 players because that would cripple us cap-wise. It would absolutely cripple us. So we will very well Belichick this draft in terms of trading down. But over to the board. Wouldn't we be crippled if we traded Kyle? Yeah, I mean, we're fucked no matter what, is kind of what I'm seeing here. Hate to tell you, we're in a bad way no matter what. So, really quickly, it has Jay Williams on 85%. I mean, we're looking okay in terms of what they did scouting-wise, which is nice. I don't mind that. Back over to scouts really quickly. So, okay, so that is good. Our inherited national scout is 3-star. Position expertise wasn't great on quarterbacks, but that's okay. Okay. At least our best scout was our national all-around scout, so that's good. That's good. Really quickly, I know Jack Garrison caught some people's attention here. 23-year-old strong arm out of Texas. I mean, he is going to be just a pure pocket passer. He's going to have a cannon for an arm. That's about it. Yeah, I mean, he actually has decent movement. Not amazing, but yeah, he is a big boy. He is a big boy. You're a pocket passer. Galino, I'd say the game's changed quite a bit by this stage. I mean, especially franchise mode. It's gotten some love here and there over the past 2.5 years. There are some decent options here. There's also Daniel Rivers that some people noticed. Let me just look at quarterbacks in general. Only 3 guys are projected to go in the first round. That's a little bit scary. Especially knowing we can't really make a move unless we find a way to trade Kyler. That's a little bit scary. Vaughn Pritchett. That guy actually looks okay. That guy looks okay. So, unfortunately, we already know that we're in a position where we need everything. Where we're going to try to tear down the team as best we can and then move forward from there. But the top 2 picks in the draft do belong to us. I don't believe it'll let me make any trades right now, obviously, but I am intrigued at certain team needs. Yeah, okay, it's just going to show the free agent still. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, let's find out. Because as far as I know, coaches still aren't going to get fired right now. And I need to know who's openly on the market here. So let's take a look at what happens playoff-wise. Now that we are very much not involved. And we can see where we end up. In terms of what's happening elsewhere. So it is the Chiefs knocking out the Steelers, Ravens over the Browns, the Colts. Anthony Richardson leads the Colts to the playoffs where they lose to the Bengals. So it's going to be Bills, Bengals, Chiefs, and Ravens. On the other side, the Niners knock out the Falcons, the Packers over the Saints, and that is the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, that's right. I had my charity stream up. I forgot about that. Let me move this a little bit up. There we go. There you go. Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings knock out the Dallas Cowboys. So, yeah, you would have seen it. It's San Francisco, Minnesota, Philadelphia, Green Bay on the NFC side of things. So, let's see what happens as we continue to hope that scouting works out for us pretty well. I'm really surprised, though, that it was the Cardinals. It was the Cardinals. So I will say, for the rookie quarterbacks in this game, they put star for most of them. There is one superstar. I'll let you guess who got superstar. I won't spoil it. So, you know, they didn't go too. Bills over the Bengals, Chiefs over the Ravens, Niners over the Vikings, and the Eagles over the Packers. Your final four. The battle of 1 versus 2 on each side. Buffalo, Kansas City, Philadelphia, and San Francisco. That is your setup. The final four for the Season 1 playoffs. And the soupity boopity San Francisco and Kansas City. I thought for sure it would be the opposite. Ozzy, good morning. How are you? Well, good afternoon, I guess. Wow. I thought for sure it was going to be Buffalo and Philly. Each game ended by a field goal. Kansas City and San Francisco in the Super Bowl 2023. We will see who gets it done. Pro Bowl roster, we apparently don't have anybody. Good to know. I mean, the Chiefs making it doesn't surprise me, but I thought the Bills would sim really, really well. I mean, come on, Josh Allen is... All right. So the yearly awards are out. Let's see. Wrap up Season 1. Josh Allen wins MVP. Will not win the Super Bowl. Dak finished second. This game loves the Cowboys. Bryce Young finished 9th in Season 1. Anthony Richardson finished 10th. Sheesh. Coach of the Year, Nick Sirianni in Philadelphia. Gets it done. Samus, what's going on? Let's see. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Josh Allen. The Defensive Player of the Year, Josh Allen. I love when that happens. But yeah, Jeff Simmons was second. Matt Judon. My boy. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Josh Downs in Indy. Even though Anthony Richardson finished top 10 in MVP voting, he finishes second for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Figure that one out. Yeah, good year for Indy rookies. Also, Tank Dell is such a good name. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Joey Porter Jr. Will Anderson, Christian Gonzalez was up there for the Pats. Best quarterback, Josh Allen. Guess no real surprise there, although Anthony Richardson's not there, so the awards are still a bit wonky. Best running back, Nick Chubb in Cleveland. Top wideout, Josh Downs. So he just had a hell of a year. Fair enough. Top O-lineman, Creed Humphrey, Kansas City. Best defensive lineman, Jeffrey Simmons in Tennessee. Top linebacker, Josh Allen. I would hope so. Top defensive back, Trayvon Moehrig. But it's X. He gonna give it to you. How do you not? Anyway. Top kicker, Matt Gay in Indianapolis. And that is that. NFC side, Offensive Player of the Year, Jalen Hurts. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. I mean, no surprise. He crushed it. Again, 21.5 sacks. Top rookie, Bryce Young. Offensive Rookie of the Year for Carolina. Fair enough. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Devin Witherspoon in Seattle. And then, yeah, obviously, like, top quarterback, Dak Prescott. Best running back, Tony Pollard. All the usuals. KJ Osborne, though, wins top wideout. Zach Martin, top offensive lineman. Top D lineman, Aaron Donald. Linebacker, Frankie Louvu. Defensive back, Jair Alexander. And top kicker, Jake Elliott. Bunny, what's going on? How are you? There you go. Season 1. Again, we simmed through it very, very quickly to find out what team we'd be in control of. Ended up being the Cardinals. Now it's time to find out who is going to win the Season 1 Super Bowl. Can the 49ers pull off an upset? Or will the Chiefs win again? I mean, it's the Chiefs. Like, we know how stacked they are. I imagine Brock Purdy is the starter. Are they actually running Sam Darnold? Please tell me Sam Darnold has led them to a Super Bowl. Please. That would be incredible. Oh my God, please. I gotta check the actual depth chart here. Purdy is hurt, so it is Sam Darnold and the San Francisco 49ers. How the hell did they make it to the Super Bowl with freaking Sam Darnold? Let's go. Come on, San Fran. Win this Super Bowl. I believe. Come on. Sam Darnold. Oh my God, they won. Sam Darnold is a champion. 31-17 over Kansas City. Let's go. It's ridiculous. Oh my God. Christian McCaffrey wins Super Bowl MVP. Sam Darnold and the Niners win it. The 6th title in Niners history. As Kansas City could not win it yet again. My God. That's incredible. That is amazing. What a way to start off the first franchise mode of a new game, huh? Whew. Give me player stats here. Over to the Niners. So Darnold played a lot. I mean, he was really good in the regular season too. Darnold played a lot. Fair enough. Incredible. Oh my God. Look at how he did in the playoffs. 10-2? 10-2 in the playoffs? My God, his average passer rating was outstanding. Shout out to Sam Darnold. Goes back to California, wins a Super Bowl. You love to see it. We celebrate the fact that Teddy Bridgewater we went for 50. Sure, why not? So Zeke's going to be wearing the number 15, baby. Leroy, the 1 year. Thank you very much for that. How are you? Good to see you. Let's take a look here at the retirements. Jerry Hughes, Harrison Smith, Patrick Peterson, Cam Jordan's gone. Oh, not Brian Hoyer. What am I going to do without Brian Hoyer in my life? Aaron Rodgers, one and done with the Jets. They didn't make the playoffs, so he gets the hell out of there. Tyrod's gone. Nick Folk. Trent Williams, Marcus Cannon. Campbell, Logan Ryan. Ooh, big hit to the Eagles. My God. Jason Kelsey, Brandon Graham, and Lane Johnson all gone. That is rough. Ron Harmon, Sue is gone. Matt Prater. Damn. Colt McCoy, no. We'll miss you, Colt. Josh Johnson's gone. Jimmy Graham. This was a, Julio Jones is gone. This was a very, very weird first season in this game. Matt Ryan's gone. Weren't you already gone, Matt? I guess you were still hanging around on the free agent list. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, God. What are we going to do in a world without Brian Hoyer? Hate to see it. All right. Staff moves. What do we got? This is our first real chance to put a good positive spin on this team. So head coach wise, Dan Campbell gets fired in Detroit. Frank Reich is gone in Carolina. Pete Carroll retired. Those were the big changes. Poor Dan Campbell. Missed the playoffs and he gets fired. It's a shame. So let's go to our staff options. See what we got here. Good old Glendale. Let's see. We have Rod Starling, who is not that great. He's okay. Yeah, I mean, neither of these two guys are that good. We'll fire Rod Starling as offensive coordinator. And Albert Torres. Let's bring in our own staff here. Devils, I give it a 16 months. Take 2 since it messed up when I went for some reason. I mentioned Teddy Bridgewater. I give it a 16 months on the prime, though. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, so who do we have out there for ye old offensive coordinator? Is there anybody that starts off at a decent level? So far, the answer is no. Dan Campbell is there. You could argue offensive or defensive coordinator. Frank Reich is out there as well. He'd be starting from a base level. Then Jonathan Gannon, who we fired by taking over his spot, is also there. Bob Bates. Oof. Marvin Fowler. Not bad. 6 talents for him to start off. Okay. All right. Arizona's 7-4. I will not be surprised to see season 1 not be consistent at all. Like I said, the parity in this game, at least for the starting rosters. All right. So again, Dan Campbell's there. Definitely has more offensive talents. Frank Reich just exists at this point. Gannon was definitely a more offensive coach. I mean, Dan Campbell had, what, a plus? I went too far, didn't I? I went right past him. Yeah. So, I mean, Dan Campbell, 2 in staff modifications. Like, right now, there's no denying in terms of who's actually just the best at the moment. It's Jonathan Gannon for the offensive side of things. It's just the question of, do we want to go with the fun option of Dan Campbell or go with the best option that we can possibly get? And Dean Fuller is not that bad as a defensive option. Darren Young. Millions of dollars, millions of dollars. Good chance Darren Young is going to be... This guy has to be our new defensive coordinator. This guy's awesome. So we're going to bring in Darren Young as our defensive coordinator. And by popular demand for OC... Unfortunately, there is no Titus Young, but we will go with Dan Campbell as our offensive coordinator. That works for me. That works for me. And then yield talent trees, since we have some points now to put. Let's see, what do we want to target here first? I mean, obviously having their talent, the XP boost. The XP boost is pretty nice. The offensive coordinator, we pretty much have to invest a little bit. Whew. And that starting defensive coordinator, though, decent. All right. Let's go with that XP gain, man. Let's do it. We can afford 2 of them for now. Let's go with the offensive line. And we'll go with the boost to the corners to kick off. And again, we made the points cost a little bit more. So, you stay on normal and you can have a ridiculous staff tree in very, very quick order. But that's good. The Niners win the Super Bowl. And we have our first set of moves with our coaches. Player upgrades, I'd imagine it was practice squad. Quinn Norden, Patriots legend. Christian Matthew, do I care enough to upgrade you? Do I care enough? Will that actually still have you as a scheme fit? Am I going to keep the same schemes? Who's to say? I'm going to auto upgrade everybody for now. We'll care about that at the end of the like really the end of season 1 and really the start of season 2, because I still have no idea what schemes we're gonna go for here. So for the moment, again, it's my first time playing Madden franchise in a couple of months. I'm just making sure there's nothing I'm forgetting. Let's go ahead. Sim to next week. Start of the off season, re-sign phase. I can't wait to let some people go because we need to. We so desperately need to let go of just so many different options on this team. Super Bowl MVP was McCaffrey. All right, so mock draft 3 is out. Again, we have the top 2 picks of this draft. It has us taking 2 defensive ends. Timmy Scandrick and Roman Boss. I can tell you right now that's not going to happen. Ivory, thank you for the 58 months. How are you tonight? Yeah, I mean, there's no way we're taking 2 defensive linemen with the top 2 picks. That's just not going to happen. Vernon Montague, whatever you prefer. Jay Williams, Jay Caver. How far down do the quarterbacks fall? Jack Garrison all the way down to 14th on this mock draft to the Rams. Interesting. Interesting. Corin Porter, if we could learn more about that guy, that might not be that bad. Okay. Again, we're in a really weird spot right now because I have to wait to see if we can trade some of our top options here. 3 players have their contracts due. We only have $7 million in cap space as it stands right now. Well, we're going to have to accept the option for Zaven Collins. I mean, he was very, very good for us this year. He was arguably our best defensive player. He's only 25 years old. Normal dev kind of sucks. That signing bonus is crushing. Then there's Byron Jones, 31 years old. He has no interest in coming back. 0. We'd have to franchise tag him. And we're not going to franchise tag Byron Jones. There's a couple of other options from there. Can I, like, financially, is it even worth accepting the option on Zaven Collins? I don't even know if it'll let me. I feel like I'm going to lose him. What else do we have here in terms of contracts that are coming due? Sun Devils, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate you. How are you? This is a rough spot to be in. As far as I can tell, I mean, we're pretty much... Like, I'm not going to franchise tag a punter. We're in a real rough spot here. A lot of these guys have no interest in coming back. Shout out to Robbie Chosen, who we'd have to franchise tag. Marlon Mack, not quite what he used to be. Again, McKinley, we'd have to franchise tag. I'd say the overalls are pretty similar. Yeah, I mean, there's really... It's just, do we want to accept the 5th-year option on Zaven Collins? That's the only question for us right now. That's a good amount of money for a 78 overall linebacker. Again, $10 million bucks. 26th ranked middle line. I don't think he's worth that amount of money. Like, he's not bad, but given our okay, he's definitely gone. He was star dev, and he dropped down to normal. Yep, gone. If he was still star dev, we'd keep him. But despite having a good season, he just dropped down to normal. If he was star dev, we'd keep him. But that regression sucks. Yeah, I can't give him that money. They have Collins him in a linebacker. Apparently. Yeah, no, we'll be passing up that 5th-year option. We'll be letting him go. I cannot. Yeah. It's It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Well, the problem is, though, again, like him dropping down to normal dev, he is not somebody worth investing in long term, essentially, is what we're looking at. All right, so for the most part, we're going to move forward. He started off with middle linebacker. We're off to free agency with no goddamn money to spend. You know, on one hand, it's nice to inherit this team. On the other, boy, this sucks.